We get double Razor Sharp Edge. Okay, now we actually have damage in the base deck. Nice. Wrathful? Could Wrathful have saved us there? Wrathful actually may have saved us there. First loss? In a while. It was 3 streak on Common and 25 before that. Double Razor Sharp Edge, double Ritual of Battle, and an Invigorating Solution. Okay, cool. As well as the Terror of the Semperant. Seraph the Temperant, as well as Talos and Arcus. Cool, not bad. You brought it on yourself by saying your win percentage would go up. You're right. I invited this doom. Rejuvenate to deal 20 damage to the front enemy unit. We do have a bunch of restores in the base deck. Got an Invigorating Solution, so we hit them quite quickly too. Revenge to cultivate. Well, I guess that depends. Who am I going to be cultivating? Hellhorned Banner, Merchant of Magic, Divine Temple, Hazel Sword as well. Let's go Explosive. Well, should we go Explosive? Explosive's not necessarily going to scale as well as we would like in the final fight. But I guess it's still a block of damage. It's fine. Let's go Explosive. The other one does say draw. Definitely do. Conserve energy between turns. Rationing scales. Again, we see it quite early here. Maybe I take the rationing scales and try and use it to make money over the course of this run. Thorn Fruit. Start a turn, rather. Add a Sting spell to your hand. Nice. Alright. That's good. That's good now. And we get a unit draw from this as well. And we have a Divine Temple at the start of the next. As soon as we get to the second ring, woo, we're going to pop off. But it's making it there. That's the hard part, evidently. So Sentient goes down on the front. And then we just hit the Restore and kill. Yep. Now Restore gets the kill. Pop a Train Stew behind you, as well as one up here. Maybe I end up using that Sting on the top line. Okay, so we definitely chump block one of these. And definitely kill the other one. So Sting is definitely happening on the top line. That much is clear to me. We use the Razor Sharp Edge to remove the enemy. Chump block with a Queen, and then Razor Sharp Edge our own backliner, because we are going to need damage to defeat the boss, as we saw prior. Can you... Okay, all the restores are in the next hand. That's actually really good for us. I was about to complain about it, but I really ought not. Still not the world's best right there. Okay, I still need to kill that top liner. Okay, it's the Razor Sharp Edge that we really need to get off on you. I really want a Queen Zimpling next time. Next line, rather. Yeah, set up a chump block, I think. Are these number colors the colorblind option? Yes, this is colorblind accessible. Best we can do. And hey, it doesn't matter because we get set back to 50 anyway. Sting, Steel Enhancer, and Razor Sharp Edge. Maybe the base Sting, or maybe not. I don't think I need it. Right, it's a little bit of a stutter for our first cycles. That's fine. We'll avoid that. Molten Hidden Passage and Fortify. We do not have the Hidden Passages in this deck. We had them in the previous one. We take the Hidden Passage. Oh my god. Branded Warrior has the Rage Force Slay. Vine Mother here as well for more stings. On summon, add 3 sting spells to your hand is the essence you get from that. And then Apex Imp, Armored. Armored. Triggers when armor is added to the unit. Gain rage equal to the gained armor. On summon, gain 5 armor. It's 2 capacity. How do we find you more armor? I want to just take the lad. I don't know if it's necessarily the right lad to be taken here, but I would like the lad. Thank you. Give me lad. Give me lad, lots of lad, under starry skies above. Nice. Nice! Oh. Okay. Steelworker, resolve, apply 5 armor to friendly units, and 5 rage to the Apex Imp. I could even put the Steelworker inside the Apex Imp, although it feels like I really want to end up giving it multi-strike or something like that instead. Maybe we do Steelwork in the lad, though. I'm just saying, it's entirely possible. Oh my god, we definitely do. Because then we just dupe it and put them on their own floor. Where's our first Hellvent? It's ring 3. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is 100% what we're doing. I'll hear nothing to the alternative here. Steelworker. Its resolve is apply 5 armor to friendly units, including itself. And we pop that into the Apex Imp. Do I want to upgrade an Extreme Stone just to get a giant heal? No. Intrinsic for... Also no. No, also no. This is going to be wild. Now, I could also try and go for some Ritual of Battle play. Something like that, you know. Double stack it and then later possibly hit it with a Value Stone. Decrease its cost to 2. Suddenly becomes a very playable card. Rage 20 for 2. We're going to want Rage synergies ultimately in this deck. We're also going to want to try and find multi-strike for the Apex Imp through Merchants of Steel. I guess I actually do go to this Merchant of Steel. We're skipping Herzl's Horde for it, though. Which means I also do want to save as much money as possible, which actually means if we're doing anything here, it's just like reduction of costs on something like a Razor Sharp Edge or a Hidden Passage or Ritual of Battle. There's not always a good target for a Hidden Passage. There will always be a good target for restores in this deck. Courtesy of having the Explosive. Divine Temple for Intrinsic. No, we move. Unit draft here, as well as enemy units enter with armor 10. That's fine. It'll change the breakpoints just a little. Most of our most of our damage is much larger than that, so it won't really change the breakpoints on those. Okay. Well, it really depends how I want to regress this, right? Let's take you out. Nice. Honestly, like, my main consideration right now is trying to stack regen. And that's only 1 stack of regen we get there, but it's good enough. Is there a way to see how many how enemies are buffed by the new mechanics? Kind of. So you can see a little bit, like they've got the star next to their name there, Conduit Redirector. So you can see that its stats are being significantly changed. You can also see that it's got the little like purple wisps around its legs. Also indicative of having been modified in that fashion. And obviously, you know, just being larger, also just having different stats and different buffs than what you expect. All right. More rage on the backliner. More rage on the backliner. We're going to need some way to cut through that Forge Disciple. Gosh forbid it is all applied by restores here. Okay, so if I Razor Sharp Edge you, we actually will cut through all of them. And bottom line, Queen's Sting, just start setting up. Oh, I meant in the combat preview? I don't believe so, no. Okay, again, we're using the Razor Sharp Edge. Oh, am I using that for the backline removal here? Because the Sting is the frontline removal. But I could just ascend you and then buff my own units. Yeah, let's ascend and buff. I'll also Shump block there. Great. I believe we have escaped the damage curve pretty significantly. Glimmer, Wildwood Sap, and Razor Sharp Edge. I could totally take that Wildwood Sap. It's my last opportunity to do so as well. I mean, Welder Helper is definitely appealing right now. Sometimes the Steelworkers are going to be on their own floor by themselves. A Welder Helper that has Endless, it won't have Burnout 1, but maybe we give it Endless and then we hold over an important work, and that's just giant buffs constantly again. Let's take a single Welder Helper. We'll find a way to utilize it. Resolve. We have a Divine Temple in the... Yeah. So if I put that Steelworker into the Welder Helper, 5 capacity, 2 Apex Imps, 1 Steelworker, and then I just need to get them multi-strike. All right. All right, I'll do it. Merchant of Steel finds Endless. We will still pop that on the Welder Helper just in case. Oh, no, I can't. If I do that, I can't re-roll and then buy multi-strike. We'll look at the Divine Horde first. Start battle draw until you have 10 cards. Yes. The Thorn Fruit's not going to work. Concealed Cavern. I'm not giving you anything good. No. You go straight to hell, thank you. Purchase spell, get an upgraded version later. You can have a Ritual of Battle. If you give me a Ritual of Battle that propagates through my deck at 0 cost, I'm happy about it. You give me anything else, you can turn tail and run, friend, because I'll kill you. We have to take the reroll here. As much as I want Endless. Is that correct? Yes, multi-strike is the most important thing in getting it now! Well. So we are also just going to be duping in the next area, right? We're not getting another unit upgrade before we get there. So why not just also give a base unit upgrade to Apex Imp? Let's make it a little bit. Its health is going to be taken care of. It's just, that's a little bit of damage. A little smattering of damage in there. Streamer luck. Did you just see? I lost a run just a couple seconds ago. Sorry about people's ears, by the way. I do apologize. I know there might be some people, especially who've come in from the raid, that are just a little, you know, maybe daisy, a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. But wow, what happened? Suddenly there was a cry for help. I definitely don't need help. I'll tell you that much. Hell yeah, that much for free. Okay. So, without the imp in the opening hand, kind of complicates things a little bit for us. I still want to set up on the top floors just because of the rage on the enemies. You play Daze the attack unit, so you definitely want to be out front with the Sentinel there. Definitely also play the Invigorating Solution. Also going to be losing stats to that, unfortunately. And then I guess just Maybe I try and run out 2 Queen Simplings, just kill 2 of these. Probably a good idea, actually. Just thin them down a little. Apex Imp hits the backliner, the Wildwood Sap, and Restore. Keep the frontliner healthy. Yeah, Divinity needs help in this run. Ain't that the truth? It's only getting wilder. Okay, this bottom floor needs to be addressed a little. I may end up throwing... I will definitely end up throwing both Stings down here, just because the Conduit... I don't want to end up with a floor that has 2 Forge Disciples protecting a bunch of damaging enemies. Okay, and then the Steelworker goes here. I want to ascend you as soon as possible. Thankfully, I did get you before I got the ascend. In this cycle, at least. Sure, get on to that. Another bit of a frontline bop. Sure, we'll sack a unit there. No reason not to. Hey! Hidden passage your way up, friend. We'll catch you in just a moment. That's a spicy boy right there. Doing 93 by 10, 113 by 2, sorry. This early on? That's a pretty good run right there. Spike the Hellhorned is double defect. Oh, but it's up against the Awoken Rail Spike. It's no competition. Sorry. We already have all of our units accounted for. Money. Light the Seraph. We don't need extra capacity. Draw and energy. I think I actually might go energy first, right? Upgrades our ability to utilize the Awoken Rail Spike. Also gives us the ability to utilize more on the first turn. With the Lost Luggage, specifically. All right. I believe it is time to win. No, I don't want any of those. You can't make me take them. Hellbent, Apex, Dupe. And then in the Divine Temple, ooh, spell chains here too. Interesting. I am going to pop the Steelworker into the Welder Helper here. This is a red draw gem, you're right. It's a unique type. Do I use Spell Chain on anything? Yeah, probably not on the Awoken Rail Spike. Spell Chain on Wildwood Sap? But then I'd also want to double stack it, and then it's way too expensive to play. No. We'll play it easy on the rest of the pack shards. We've taken a lot of pack shards already. We don't need to be taking that many more. Let's remove some Train Stewards. Get our champion an upgrade. God, it really feels like drawing +1 each turn is is suddenly the right direction for us to go. Who would it even be cultivating? Because currently the Sentient's standing on a floor by itself. There we go. Thank you for the money. Non-boss enemy units gain 6 additional damage. Yeah. So what? So what? We have those armored imps. Ah! We have all of the armored imps on turn 1. Apex imp. Apex imp. Welder Helper with a Steelworker in the back line, and then boom. Okay, cool. That's some good stats for turn 1. That's like okay for turn 1, I think. I think that's fine, right? That for turn 1. Yeah, it seems like that might be okay. Wow, even the chump block doesn't save us there. Wild. I was certain the Sentient was going to... 15, 15, 16... Okay, yeah, of course not. I didn't even take a second to try and calculate it. That said, it's not useful anywhere else. Might just be able to pass the rest of the fight. Enemies still attack first is the problem here. Thankfully. Thankfully, I give that no quarter. This is where the consuming stuff was supposed to happen. This is where we were supposed to explode. I mean, this grows quite quickly. We need to find a One-Horn's Tome, and we need to cost reduce it. One-Horn's Tome goes on the one in the second line. Okay. Yeah, them killing my front line, no bueno. 12, 12, 16, 28, 40. So if I ascend the Clip Defender, I'm fine. And it's worth noting I heal at the end of the fight anyway. Before each battle, rather. Am I going to be... No, I'm going to a Merchant... Am I going to a Merchant of Steel? Probably not the Merchant of Steel. I might actually be going Pyramanes, in which case I'm losing money by letting anyone hit me here. But do I have a choice? It's the best question to be asking there. Do I have a choice whether or not they hit me? Man, it really feels like that should be a lot more armor that we have on the front line right there. It's worth noting, currently, we have so many pack shards that we have an extreme threat level. So these enemies are ultra buffed constantly. They won't be in the future as the as you get later in the game, the amount of pack shards you need to be in extreme increases. The thresholds change. You go up, and then we sting you 2 times, and then we're fine. There was an easy solution looking me in the face the entire time, and I just didn't look at it. All right, come up here. Come up here and say that to my face. I bet you won't. Okay, God, he's here. Quick. Instantly kill him with very little effort. Always forget you can cast spells in the fire. It's a nifty trick when you use it. It's one of those edge case tricks right there. Awake and Graft Invigorating Solution. So Engraft is a useful trigger. Awake is also really good here. It's anything except the Invigorating Solution right now. I think it's the Awake. We have a lot of expensive things in the deck right now. Not feeling too grand about that. Although, obviously, we've got the Merchant Magic we're going to very soon. Sure, definitely taking the Awake. Upgraded Ritual Battle would be... Add a copy to discard. Hey! Perfect. Next copy of that's going to be 0 cost. And then we try and find a double stack, I guess? Man, what is this run? You know what the big brain strat that we haven't even thought of yet is? Take a capacity gem, get a 3rd imp. We can do them one after the other. Okay, there's holdover for us. God, holdover battering ram seems good. I could decrease its cost. I don't have to, but I could. That's a good strat if you draw well, but if your draw is bad, TLD will wipe you. So with 3 copies of them in the deck and reasonable removals, I would expect to possibly draw 2 on turn 1. If we only draw 1 on turn 1, we will need some other modifications. Yes. Comes out with 25. No, actually, it's got 2 turns before it needs something else. No, that would get the value stone. No, that would definitely... We definitely give the value stone to the battering ram if we find it. Okay, working rail spike gets the -1. Do I reroll? Which positive bonuses would I be looking for? Permafrost on hidden passage is nice. Double stack in the Wildwood Sap, maybe? Okay, that's enough. I'll reroll. Double stack. Cool. Pop that on the Wildwood. I'll still pop it on the Wildwood. And then another cost decrease on the working rail spike here. I think so. Just get up a little faster. Is Apex Imp draw priority? Yes. Yeah, it's a banner unit. Divine boons for the money. We're about to go into a merchant of trinkets. Give me that money. Okay, Yikaroonies. We need to... Spell Shield 2? I don't think I can give them that right now. I need I need... Well, stings are my only spell damage. They'll occasionally get hit by stings, and that's good enough for me right now. Do you need stings? With the yes. I need to try and keep the sentient alive as long as I can, so that the crystal cloak gets delayed as long as they can. God, I really want the money. I'm going to be absolutely kicking myself if I lose this run. Don't think you need 150 that much, but you're also heading up back up to 50. I'm more worried that I would die. That's my more deep and abiding concern right there. Okay. So I do want to set up on the bottom line if I can. But Sentient is still not big. Not big enough to be comfortable doing that consistently, at least. Do we have a send? No. There's a world where we play the Sentient here, the Apex Imp on the bottom, the Apex Imp behind the Sentient, and then we just roll a giant Awoken Rail Spike, and we're looking to get to Hidden Passage as quickly as we can. I say giant, it's 2. It's 4. If you take the Space Gem, use it to duplicate the Welder Helper, honestly. The reason I want to use it to duplicate the Apex Imp over the Welder Helper is because later on in the game, 4 attacks is not enough to cut through all of the enemies, and it's definitely not enough to do any damage to the last Divinity at the same time. Not really what I was hoping for. It may get us closer to the cards I am looking for, though, which would be good enough. Now, this has Harvest Apply Armor 10 to all units. All their units, rather, sorry. So we're not going to be chump blocking anything there. Okay, cool. Thankfully, the bottom two cards of the deck weren't the Welder Helper as well as the Hidden Passage. That would have been just really frustrating. Thankfully, we also have the Razor Sharp Edges to be able to take down backliners there. Restore for another regen on the top line. Could theoretically be necessary. These will die in due time. Restore. Okay. I mean, I guess I have the Ritual of Battle on the backline then. Nice. Would I have been able to do that without spell damage prevention? Probably. Yeah, probably. But honestly, I feel safe right now. There's no accounting for how much it's worth to feel safe. So I want the Crystal Cloak to take as many turns as they can on lower lines. So, like, Queen's Impling goes out. And then I want the Silent Marksman dead as quickly as I can get him. So, Razor Sharp Edge you. And then I need the frontliner on my team to survive as long as they possibly can. Such that the Crystal Cloak does not just walk away with full stealth. And my life. Or, alternatively, we just blow them up. That seems like a effective strategy in my mind. Seems like that might work at blowing them. Oh, wait, hang on, they're dead? What happened? Pyagro. Very comfy with that. Impish Scholar brings back, at the moment, either Awoken Railspike or Pyagro. I could happily avoid playing an Invigorating Solution just to guarantee that. Or a double stacked... Yeah, I'll take an Impish Skull. 1k Battering Rams, rookie numbers. Oh, we're going bigger. Hey, reduce cost to 0. Ritual of Battle adds an extra copy of itself to my discard. We're definitely going draw. No, we're not going draw. We're going capacity. I wanted to go draw. This is Reliques. Units enter with armors. 5. Hey, and there's the improved firebox as well if we want to just pop off on turn 1. Alright, Divine Temple, what do you have in? Spell Chain Intrinsic. I can't put Intrinsic on something that is already filled out. The answer is no. Just in case you were wondering. Unfortunately, Spell Chain's also not... How many more attempts? So we have one more attempt to get Value Stone here, but I would have to avoid a Hell Vent in order to do so. Not super jazzed about that. Probably not going to be engaging any pack there or anything like that. Removals are pretty straightforward. Get Train Sewers out of the deck, and we can draw to everything else faster. Does the +1 on Spell Chain get overridden by the 0 from Heaven's Finest? Yes. Yes, it does. Does that make it worthwhile? Is the next question implied, right? Very quickly, my discard pile is exclusively those and Battering Rams. That's not bad. That's the opposite of bad. It's Gad or something. I don't know. There's some name for it, I'm pretty sure. The thing... but what? Like, am I really going to fish for a double stack when I don't have a plan to get one? I have a plan to Hellvent here. Is that actually an effective thing for us to do? By the second cycle, we've already escaped the damage. If we diversify to cultivate, it's the fact that we don't have much draw, and the fact that we have a plan to not get more draw, that is making this harder to do. Because a handful of stings and rituals of battle does not save your unit's life. Is your damage already high enough by the second cycle? Yeah. Yeah, it is. They grow by 15 each turn? All of them grow by 15 each turn. And they've only got plans to get bigger. See, the problem is the front line gets 20 armor. 20 armor's good. Don't get me wrong. But it's not going to save you. We're really looking for things like Railhammer. Full stop. How do we not die against enemy front lines? You need quick? Yeah, we're not going to get quick. Build up their slots. Quick would have been nice, but also we still would have only hit the first two, and TLD is going to be hitting everyone with sweep. The enemies will also just be doing a bunch of damage. It's just, I don't have a plan to outscale their damage unless the sentient is getting healed and regenerating. Better armor scaling, only really available from having another unit there, which is possible. We may end up doing something like that. Or by having Railhammer. Quick tome if you're lucky, I suppose. Theoretically possible. Wildwood Tome plus Chain Spell? Theoretically possible again, but also not necessarily likely. The double armor spell, that would be great. Yeah, and then we would still need to consume remove it, and then we'd still need to cycle it a fair few times. And then the backline is not necessarily growing at the same rate, but it's fine. The backline doesn't need to grow at the same rate. Yeah, I don't see, if we twin spell Ritual of Battle, we become much better at the thing we're already good at, and much worse at the thing that will kill us against the last Divinity. We don't take that. We can't take that. Now, here's the bigger question. Do I reroll? Just get the artifact that dazes the top units? I mean, that would be great. Light's Gift would be incredible right here. God, give me Light's Gift. I decided to reroll. Okay, well, okay, well. It's fine. We're gonna have a lot of money for the upcoming Merchant Trinkets in 2 turns' time. Arcus. It's fine by me. So then is the solution intrinsic on an ascend with future intentions of duping an armor applier? No, not necessarily, because I may not get enough cards in the opening hand to actually justify attempting that. Good thought, though. Are we doing it here too? I think we're doing it here too. I think the Sentient is like core part of this game plan. I'm probably also not going to use the Pyagro. Yeah, I need to get my full draw of 8 next turn. And then I guess I still raise a sharp edge you. That's fine. If you're up at the draw dampen, do you take it? Depends on the health stats, but probably. Probably. Perfect. Impish brings back exactly the worst thing. I'm fine on that one, thank you. Much appreciated being given the option at least, though. It's too important to get Wildwood Sap out. Just keep stacking up that regen. We'll play the Awoken Rail Spike in the next cycle. Maybe after the Pyro even. Seems like that'd be a reasonable opportunity to jump in there. We'll still play Rituals of Battle now. Rude. I still think I play that Awake. It's a really dramatic impact. The other cards, I'm kind of okay if I don't ever get to play those again. Not super psyched about it, but I'm okay with it. This is currently drawing 6. Definitely going to be using the Pyro this turn as well. So if I throw out the Restore, now this stores 5. Perfect. Ooh, Impish Scholar as well as the Battering Ram. Nice. We will fish from the Impish Scholar. Fire Crow. Am I okay with only drawing 2 cards next turn, but having a whole lot of energy? Not really, but I'm doing it anyway. Because I don't see how I pay for it. The in-camp +1 cost is honestly harsh. Yeah, there are a fair few ways to try and play around it, but yeah, it's... I think it feels disproportionately bad as a player because it's something that prevents you from doing a thing that you had otherwise planned to do. And that just always feels kind of bad as a player, regardless of whether or not it's balanced. That's a completely different discussion, right? Stab, stab, stab. And their increased cost doesn't really matter because we just did the whole thing that we just did prior, remember? What with all of the Pyagros? The rare we get after this fight could honestly be ridiculously transformative. Sometimes facts need to care about your feelings, you know? Exactly. Precisely, friend. Shh. All right. Who said we were gonna get this? Because I need to PayPal you some money, and I need you to go and buy lottery tickets. I want to cash in on your luck. Obviously. Just obvious we take that. We're still going with capacity? Yes. Sorry about that crack. Okay, so we have the ability to take the Hell Vent here. We could also try and take it in the final area. And I think I'm more okay with it here. I think I'm slightly more okay with it here. May not go for the Divine Boon. All right, Dark Forge, please cultivate. No. Have to go with the one that has the most HP. There's no world where we're screwed by not taking the Concealed Caverns first here, is there? Umbra consumable, Melting Remnant consumable, Awoken consumable. Now, I know from this that you can get the 25 armor. I think you might be able... Can you... Wait, hang on. Can you get Hellhorned Tome from this? That is One Horn's Tome? Something is making me suspect you can. And also Melting Remnant consumable. I mean, it's almost certainly Awoken. Just potions, I think. This can give you the rare plus 25 armor. I know it can. This is fine. $25 armor is a wax potion. Oh. Never really thought of it as a potion. Wild. Okay. Okay. I think I know our play. We dupe the Apex Imp. I understand what we're doing here. I think. We dupe the Apex Imp. We set up, top floor is sentient, sorry. Apex Imp, Apex Imp. Then afterwards, we attempt to use a hidden passage to send the next Apex Imp up. We may have to permafrost hidden passage. We'll look into the options later on. And then Welder Helper, if we can, we send up as well. What we really need is more units with more strikes on the top line. So I don't think it is the Welder Helper, because I think we're just going to avoid unit capacities with the hidden passage. Do I take 100? Definitely no. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Healing back from the enemy units actually hitting us on that top floor is going to be rough. But they also come without pact shards. And any heals in the opening hand are obviously good here. Okay. We'll take it. See, they all come without pact shards. Okay. Okay. Sentient. Apex Imp. Quicken. I could Impish right now to gain the Wildwood Tome back. To be able to try and take care of another one later. I think that's actually a really good idea. I didn't need to have Ember Drain next turn. I know what I should have done now. First, I should have put down a Queen's Impling. It dies and kills the enemy and then dies. It does all of those multiple things there, apparently. I can't also use Pyagro yet. There's the Apex. All right, cool. Well, we're not going to be able to play both the Apexes in the cycle. That's fine. That's expected. That is expected. You go down, and then it's double restore on top. So aim is more armor cards from this part out? Yeah, I'd take armor. We can go Invigorating Solution, get the full 10 next turn. We get 9 and then we get the Sting added to hand. Thank you, Sting. I can set up this Steel Welder Helper. That's totally happy to be up there. Welder Helper, send him. Currently not doing enough damage to all of these enemies, so let's restore and then throw out an Awakened Rail Spike. Well, that hits a restore that's already 0 cost. I'm fine just killing you then. Maybe rage the quick one. No. I want to put the rage on the slow one because the quick one kills all the chumps. The slow one kills the backliners. So no. Just get those restores out there while we can. See, here it's the inverse, but by this point it wouldn't matter. Yeah, because it just kills the frontliner and everything else goes for that. Cool. Harvest, just for itself, just for itself. Okay, we'll do that on the bottom line then. Oh, there's the Apex Imp and the ability to send it up as well. Beautiful. You, up there. Another quick. You are the quick one now. Cool, yeah. Secondary quick. Now we finally pay Pyagro. Oh my god. Get that regen. Get that regen. Get that regen. Also nuke enemies. It does that too. But get that regen. Two more stings on this line seems like a reasonable idea for us. Get that regen. And yeah, face off against Queen's Emblem. There you go. They big. They very, very big. Draw 7. We can't max that out just yet. So we get a restore out there and then boom. Oh my god, they only got through one cycle. We may actually take that invigorating solution. We need ways to balance out Pyagro in the first cycle because I need the energy, actually. Do I? I do. But it's another consume card that I don't want to get back. Awake is another giant heal for the sentient rather. But now that we have a quick in the deck, that's not super important. Still pretty important. It gets armor as well as its own regen. It doesn't need that. Higher jump is not nothing. But it's also not much. We need so much card removal. Yep. Thankfully, we have so much money. Value stone, value stone, value stone! Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. Very kind of you. Luncheon Trinkets has... a reroll. You. Well, that's what I call a whiff. I need to be able to play this multiple times. It's absolutely essential. Sometimes we'll use the Awoken Railspike to try and draw to a unit that we then want to play with a Hidden Passage. So Hidden Passage getting a -1 here also feels pretty good. I don't know if I double stack a second Wildwood Sap though. I mean... Oh, hey, this is overriding? Wait. This says reduced to 0 Ember. Doesn't say -3. Still, that's not really what we even need in the deck. Alright. Guess it's just harsh removal time. Shoo. Where do you start in harsh removal? all of the Queen's Implings. Our first cycle is the one that matters the most. So yes, Queen's Implings, despite the fact that they get out after we play them one time, definitely still need to be removed. Those razor sharp edges probably up next too. Order of operations reduced to 0 and then 1 added. True, but like usually when something like sets something to 0, like it's impossible to override that in a lot of games at least. Like I kind of just assume that as game language. Get PEMDIST? Yeah, people call it PEDMIS or BEDMIS, or like there's different versions of it all around the world, so do not worry. And then the expensive ritual battle can get out there too. All right. Feels like I just bounced now. I guess I can give +10 magic power to one of the restores. Seems a good idea. Not even under 20 cards. Oh, we will be after we play the first cycle, is the thing. Is the thing about that. Okay, yeah, we're just taking the hit on the top line. That was always going to happen. It's fine. Looking to try and send that up later. Ooh. Or I can just send up the Apex Imp now, which I will do. Kind of takes the whole vibe of not mentioning what I was going to be doing there out of it. It's fine. Wait until the next cycle, because that's going to hit a bunch of cards that it can consume anyway. I've never heard Raps and I'm Australian. Oh, no, hi, I'm Raps. Rhapsody. Raps is Australian. Not like Raps is the way we refer to it. I mean, blowing up the front line there is pretty dang effective. Wildwood's Home definitely wants to go out on our most powerful. Let's go Battering Ram and then just get the Wildwood Sap out. Fine to Pyagro, especially if I sting thereafter. I don't think I'm going to play any Rituals of Battle in this fight. I don't want to slow down my next cycle. Raps isn't a term. Raps is a term for Australian deck builder roguelike streamers. Streamers and YouTubers. It's a shared term. It's one of those it's one of those that means multiple things, you see. All right. Hit him with the stings again. I mean, look, the Battering Ram is the Battering Ram, and the Battering Ram is ridiculous. We'll hit him with that wherever available. And Bitch Skull is fine here too. As an American, it is my duty to get really mad about other countries having different words or turns of phrases of things. As a non-American, it is my duty to bite my tongue on that regardless of what I think. But yeah, that's a very American thing to do, friend. Let's give you another quick. Blow up the frontline unit yet again. Yeah, sure. Time for the working Rail Spike. It still hits something that's going to consume, and two things that... Oh, right, I didn't think the stings in the next cycle were going to be less powerful as a direct result as well. I was shook when I found out that notes are called different things, like quavers in other countries. Yeah. Quaver, semi-quaver, etc., so on and so forth. You can tell I definitely studied a lot of music and not took one class in high school, as well as one in, one in university, but they didn't really focus on, like, music theory. It was more about being able to utilize your voice. So they didn't really teach us notes and things like that, and then give us sheet music and go sing along with this or anything like that. It was very much like, if you treat your throat in this way, it will work for a long time and be good. If not, well, how do you like Tom Waits' voice? Chunked a much more regen on here, and we are all good. I love Tom Waits' voice. Hey, it's not a dig. It's not a dig or a slam or any of some such. Beautiful. Let's even make, let's make the sentient quick so they can attack no times faster. Alright. Fun fact, the starting card for Hellhorned in the American translation is Flashlight. It's a good one. Good one, Monkey Go-Go Beans. She's standing still so fast now. Exactly. She's really putting her all into it. Hello. Yikes. This is not a good opening hand. I really want this to hold over, but I don't want to have to play it for the next few turns just to try, because then I'm locked into only one energy worth of expenditure next turn. That's not good. I could have sacked the Impish Scholar up here, but I really, really want to get more value out of the Impish Scholar later. But then, what, am I denying myself Wildwood Sap for a cycle? I think I'm not. Or I am. I am. Still don't have the ability to send anyone up. Yikes, this is the worst draw we've had in a while. I think I'm gonna have to use Invigorating Solution as well as Pyagro here. I don't like having to use the Pyagro there. Nice. But I truly think it was necessary. Apex Imp goes here. Apex Imp goes there. Apex Imp goes everywhere. Take you down. The backline is still not going down as a result of that. We're positive on the Apex Imps in the backline, which is good. Also, their rage is not their current armor. It's they gain rage equal to the gained armor, thankfully. So the sweeping through with the Last Divinity is not slowing us down as it otherwise looks like it might be. The Invigorating Solution literally could actually be our play right now, but things are about to get real dicey with that Lightwing especially, so I think I will take a regen while it's available. Two for the frontliner. The restores are really good here still. Yeah, the restores are really good here still. I'm just looking at my Pyre and I'm like, I don't like that HP stat that has, friend. Didn't want that in this hand. Don't need to do any more incants on the floor. Is there a world where I advance one of the enemies here? So my 79, 79, 71, 71. The enemies attack. They get hit back. That's fine. I might need some boss from the Ritual of Battle as well. Okay. Battering Ram is back to available. Sting. Battering Ram isn't even full lethal there. Now it is. Let's definitely burn out the Weight of Contrition. Don't want to take in any more damage than I have to right now. Thorns. Thorns in the next cycle are pretty annoying. Deal with that at the time. One HP imp is a bit of yikes. Yep, just a wee bit of a yikes right there. I would file that under yikes with a capital Y. Okay, we're getting through that too. Good. Right, you're blowing up for 60. 66. No, okay. We don't get the best result until we do that. The fact that we're hitting the TLD for a fair whack of damage each time, I'm very happy about that, definitely. Do I ever heal the imps back up a little bit? Maybe on a round like this. Right, where the enemies have the thorns. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I could heal again now, but maybe I don't. The regen and the damage on the front line do matter. Oh, where's the other ramp? It's the Welder Helper's still here. It's just unfortunately it didn't go up yet. Okay. Just in case. Do they still want Rituals of Battle? God damn it, they do. That's a lot of Rituals of Battle in our draw pile to go through. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Alright. Bunch of damage. Taking that opportunity for a full heal there. Oh. Ha! Funnily enough, the Sentient finishes it off with their regen. Well, up the Imp goes. It's not really going to do anything at this point, right? But you know what? It deserves to be there with its Imp friends. Well done. Pop that down to normal and watch it resolve. Multi-Asterion Divine? Yeah, the fact that we had the quick was the big reason that wasn't going to be a problem. And that is one hell of a run. Apex Imp 3 times on the same floor. Each of them with a steel worker inside. Didn't even get the rail hammer. Didn't get any of the rage. Did we have any of the rage related relics? Nice. Six Guards got their divine loyalties there. Did we have any of the rage related relics there? Sentient carried that. Everyone carried that. Each individual unit carried that, because I don't think without all of them we would have been able to. That was about as close as I think as a TLD fight can get. I legitimately think that was about as close as it is even possible for those fights to get. About. You know, it was, obviously you can win by 1 HP. It was about. It was pretty all about there, you know? Very, very pleased with that run. Let's have a look at the run summary. Just no artifacts, just nothing. This is what happens when the Merchant of Trinkets looks at you and they're like, no, go away. I don't want to give you anything. I'm closing store, and just like pulls the shutter down directly in front of you.